Good Fortune is a 2025 American comedy drama film written and directed by Aziz Ansari, marking his feature directorial debut. With a cast that includes Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, Keke Palmer, and Sandra Oh, the film blends quirky humor with heartfelt moral about happiness, wealth, and self-worth. The premise of Good Fortune centers on Gabriel, a well-meaning but inept guardian angel played by Keanu Reeves, whose job is to prevent everyday tragedies like texting while driving accidents. When he tries to teach Arj, played by Aziz Ansari, a struggling filmmaker working odd jobs, that wealth cannot solve life's problems, he orchestrates a celestial body swap between Arj and his wealthy employer, Jeff, played by Seth Rogen. The plan goes awry. Gabriel loses his wings, and chaos ensues as all three characters grapple with their new realities, sometimes comically, sometimes reflectively. Ansari's path to this project itself is interesting. After the shelving of his earlier directorial effort, Being Mortal in 2022, he pivoted to Good Fortune with a focus on making a theatre-released comedy that also carried some social commentary. Now, I went into Good Fortune based on the trailer, which looked very promising, especially with Seth Rogen's involvement and the intriguing idea of Keanu Reeves as an angel. And yes, in many ways, the film is interestingly premised, playing with themes of the gig economy, privilege, and what truly makes life meaningful, gives the story some moral weight. But here's where it falls short for me. As much as I respect Ansari's creativity in writing and directing this, his performance as Arj doesn't really sell the emotional stakes. I've never been the biggest fan of him as an actor or a comedian, and his portrayal here simply isn't convincing. There's a lack of sympathy and depth that makes it hard to care about Arj as the protagonist. In a movie built around his journey, that's a real problem. This was disappointing because the film tries to be more than a silly body swap comedy. It wants to be a story about redemption and self-discovery, but without a leading role you genuinely believe in, those beats often fall flat. Reeves, on the other hand, is thoroughly likable in his role as Gabriel. He brings a unique earnestness that helps sell the angel's naive determination to do good, even when his understanding of humanity is hilariously off. He's not stretching for dramatic range, but his sincerity and gentle comedic timing are among the film's best assets, and it's nice to see Reeves in a different type of role. Seth Rogen functions in his familiar wheelhouse, irreverent, warm, self-aware. He's fun to watch even if this role feels more like a supporting charm than narrative anchor. The chemistry between Reeves and Rogen often lifts the scenes that might otherwise sag under the weight of Ansari's less than compelling lead. Keke Palmer's character, Elena, serves as a love interest and moral centre, but I couldn't help feeling there was barely any chemistry here between her and Ansari's Arj. And Sandra Oh? Well, she's an angel in the story and appears on the poster, but her screen time is slim, raising the question of why she was even marketed so prominently. All of this gives the movie a bit of a scattershot feel. One intriguing bit of trivia that floated around during the production was Keanu Reeves' knee injury. About 2 weeks into filming, photos surfaced of him on set using crutches with an ice pack on his knee, prompting social media concern. It turned out that Reeves had actually fractured his kneecap after tripping over a carpet between takes. Reeves later shared more about the accident. While filming some of the movie scenes, he caught his foot in a carpet. His knee gave way, resulting in a significant injury with his patella cracked. Despite the serious nature of the injury, he continued to shoot scenes wearing a brace. This episode even trended online under the hashtag #GetWellSoonKeanu. Though the majority of filming had wrapped by the time Keanu Reeves' subsequent project, Outcome, which would begin principal photography on March 20th, Aziz Ansari noted specifically that scenes for a salsa dancing sequence with Reeves were left to shoot, among the reshoots that Reeves filmed once he was out of his cast. Reeves had wanted to shoot the scenes anyway, but Ansari and the rest of the production insisted on a delay until the actor's knee fully healed. After the suspension of his first directorial project, Being Mortal, at Searchlight Pictures in 2022, due to star Bill Murray's alleged inappropriate behaviour, Aziz Ansari moved forward with his next planned production, which of course became Good Fortune. Originally, Seth Rogen and Keke Palmer were cast in Being Mortal, and they were retained for Good Fortune. Seth Rogen inspired the implementation of several ideas in the script, such as the sauna and a cold plunge. Matt Reeves, powered through this injury on an otherwise non-action comedy with scenes that even involve dancing, adds an unexpected layer of respect for his commitment to the project. It's especially noteworthy given Reeves is better known for his physically demanding action roles in The Matrix and the John Wick franchises, yet here his most painful set injury came from a studio comedy. How ironic. Good Fortune isn't a bad film. It's not offensive, and there's genuinely funny and touching moments scattered throughout. Critics and audiences have responded moderately well overall, with fairly decent scores on aggregator sites. But for me, it just sits in the middle ground of fine but forgettable. The concept is stronger than the execution, and while there's positive message tucked in the whimsical framework, it never quite transcends into something truly memorable or impactful. Whether a film needs a moral lesson or should simply entertain is always subjective, but here the message feels like it's trying too hard to be profound while the emotional core lags behind. So where does it land for me? Good Fortune gets a 6 out of 10. Worth a watch if you enjoy gentle, quirky comedies and Keanu Reeves doing his angelic thing, but not one that will stick with you long after the credits roll. So what did you think of Good Fortune? Please let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dive reviews.